Anytime you do a modification to your radio or sound, you have to do an inaugural jam out session. Alright guys, in this video it's all about this right here. My 2016 F250 upgrading the Sync 2 infotainment system to Sync 3. What does the 3 stand for? Apple CarPlay. Or at least that's the reason I bought it. So anyway, that's the huge upgrade from Sync 2 to Sync 3 that you want to get for your 16 F250. So going back about a year now to when I first bought my truck, this was by far the thing I liked least about it. That's the infotainment system and the fact that the truck didn't have Apple CarPlay. I had it in my 6.0 and now I don't have it here and I'm missing it bad. So I'm going to go through the Sync 2 real quick before we start working on the Sync 3 install, just to show you guys some of the differences to look for. Okay, everybody, like I said, this is the Sync 2 operating system here. You kind of got a darker theme compared to the Sync 3. It's like black, kind of blacked out, and you have just a sort of 4-quadrant system here. So up top, if you have your phone connected, you can use all your different make calls, a Bluetooth, all of that business is up here when you have your phone connected. Down here is a radio with your different connections, USB. One more thing about these 16 F250s. Why you put the USB port up top here? I just don't get it. Put it in the console so I can use without a cord wrapped around my steering wheel. Sorry for the complaining here, but I just had to say that out loud. Anyway, that's the sort of music section. Up here you have a navigation. If you notice just there, when you click on this Sync 2 touchscreen, it sucks. So like on a phone or something, you can tap and all that would work on a Sync 3, or like should, because this touchscreen here is not like, oh crap. So anyway, you'll be driving down the road and you'll be trying to click on something and nothing's happening over there. You guys get the idea. This touchscreen is pitiful. So those are the 4 quadrants. That's Sync 2 in a nutshell. I don't really want to get too much into it, but that's what we're dealing with. And now we're ready to upgrade to that sweet, sweet Sync 3. Let's look at it.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
So you can now see the differences from Sync 3 to Sync 2 that was in it originally. So first thing off the bat, when you use the touchscreen on the Sync 3, it's automatic. Unlike the Sync 2 where you really had to put your finger on it and press down to select what you wanted, the Sync 3 is more like a modern cell phone where the touchscreen is you have to barely even touch it and will go to whatever you select. So first part of the Sync 3 would be the audio section, and as you can see here we have the radio on, and with the Sync 3 when you change the volume now it will come up in the middle and show what volume you're at. So that's a nice touch there. You can select between your sources and pick whatever you want to go from there. Moving on to climate. So with Sync 3, you do have your heated and cooled seats included, which is, like I said, one of the main reasons you have to go to Sync 3 for the Ford Touch, to get that specialty that you do not have in your buttons and knobs down below. Other than that, you have your normal selected climate control here. You can select between your different areas you want. Defrost up top, turn it on and off right there. Moving on, you have your phone. You can add in here to make calls and receive calls. Going into your apps, you can hook up online and potentially download more apps here if you have them. The last part is the settings. You can hook up for a 911 assist. Go into your general, and this touchscreen is very much more easy to use. your sound control settings and all your basic settings. So in the settings tab, you just have all your basic settings that you would have for a normal radio. To change those, such as sound, your time and date, and things like that. So for me at least, the main reason I really wanted this Sync 3 was for the Apple CarPlay, so we'll take a quick look at that. So I just plugged in my phone in and use that USB accessory. I do have Taylor Swift up right now. Okay, and there we go. Apple CarPlay is huge. It looks great on this 8-inch screen that you're going to find in your 16 F250. You can see your songs there. You can see your maps, where you are, and you can have the just screen of all your apps, answer your messages, your phone calls. And my favorite part of Apple CarPlay going for a long drive is this button right here, which gives you a display of all three. So your maps, what song you got up or podcast, and also just other additional information you may need. It'll give you directions in that. If you have a destination plugged in, they'll come up in this section here. So overall, that is the Sync 3 layout, and the install is very easy and it went pretty well here. So real quick, wanted to mention before we get going with everything else involved here. This mod is expensive to go from Sync 2 to Sync 3. I bought it on American Trucks. It cost $1,500, people. This is no joke. Actually, when I pressed the buy button, I was like, why did I just spend this much money on a radio to get Apple CarPlay? But whatever. I'm figuring I'm going to have this truck a while. I'm going to make it nice to drive for long distances. So beware of that before you buy this. It's a ton of money. Second, when I was going to buy this, I did a lot of research. And I was looking around, and you can actually get Sync 2 to Sync 3 upgrades for like $400, $500, $600 on like eBay or something. And you know, maybe try it. It might work for you. But here's the deal. I wasn't playing around with this, and I just bought from the legit website, because you're dealing with the computer inside there. You're dealing with stuff that has to go to your climate control. And I just wanted to be sure that if anything went wrong, I was going to get like a solid refund, and I was at least going to get some technical help. You get this thing from eBay for $300-$400, you know, it might not work. And I didn't really want to chance it with eBay with this thing. Something like an exhaust pipe or something, yeah, I'll get the pipe because it's metal either way. But this, it's kind of technical. So my last little piece of advice for you would be aware of other people that sell this. Make sure it's a legit site. And if you want to take that chance, go ahead and do it. Let me know if it works out. But I'm going to do this I got it on AmericanTrucks.com. Okay, guys, here's the box for the Sync 3, what I got. So I got this module here. This is the main new head unit. Got the motherboard with the new Sync 3, everything you need for your truck. I got some Ford parts here that will adapt to my truck for the 16 F250. They do ask you for a VIN number when you order it, and they should, because there's certain stuff you need for your individual truck when you go to order this kind of stuff, or vehicle for a Sync 2 Ford, anything really. And then some adapters here that we're going to use along the way, and there's a hub that's going to go in here up top towards the top of the dashboard. Okay, quickly going through the tools you'll need for this install. There is a 7mm socket and ratchet here that you'll need to take the head unit and some of the trim off. We have a Torque T20 driver and bit to take the brackets off of the head unit and put on your new one. There is also a trim removal tool set that will help you out for taking the trim off of your vehicle to get to the head unit itself. Okay guys, first thing, as you can see on the lower part of the dashboard here, where your exhaust brake is, at least on the 16s, they got the exhaust brake here. You're gonna come down, you're gonna pop this piece of trim out. There's a little gap here that you should be able to get your tools under. There we go, that came out pretty easily, honestly. So we're gonna pull it out here, and we are also going to take these pins out. Yep, you just pull the tab, take that one off, that's for your exhaust brake, and then back here, Okay, you just got to push right here and that will come out as well. Okay, same thing on this side. Sorry for the weird glare on the sunlight there. Oh. Pop her out, push a tab, take out that. Okay, now it's out of the way. You see there is a 7mm screw right here, and we're gonna go ahead and remove that. And you're gonna do the same thing on the other side right here. Now that that's good, you're gonna take these convenient handles here and you're gonna pull on it and try not to whack your energy drink in the thing. Okay, anyway, you pull on it, take those tabs out, and just like that, get around the shifter here. Okay, looking behind here, I'm gonna disconnect some of these to get a little more room to work with. Yep, so all you have to do is remove this one here, and then the whole front of the dash will fold down nicely, and put a little rag down there so you don't mess anything up. So the next step here, once you get the Sync 2 head unit unveiled, is you're going to take these 1, 2, 3, 4 7mm screws out. Okay, so after you get your 4 7mm screws out, I'm going to pull this forward, and then you got to disconnect your old head unit back here. So you just got to take these two clips off. This one right here, you just push in that tab and pull out. And then this one has a little handle on it. Oh, you just got to push down on a little black tab pointing here, push down there, and then you can push back this gray sort of lever, and then you can take out your old Sync 2 head unit. So next you're going to take the hub out, which is this piece right here. Get a pry tool back there. You take off that cover, and then you can reach back here and pry the hub itself out a little bit. You can grab it with your hand and pull it out. There's two cords back here. They have tabs kind of similar to the other ones. This one right here, the one tab is right above the Ford emblem here. Here to click, I'm gonna pull it out like that. And then the other tab is right there on this one. So it's gonna come out, and you pull your old hub away. Now, the new infotainment system comes with an adapter, which is the cord that looks like this. So you're going to plug in the old side into, so you're going to plug this side here into the left side, and then I'll fit in like that. And then you're going to pull your new hub out, which is one of these Ford boxes. So here is how the new hub looks. Okay, so before you put your new hub on, you want to grab the adapter piece here, and then you're going to grab your hub. As you can see, the bottom triangular part right here matches up, and that will slide in like that. Now we can attach our cords. Okay, those two cords are in, and now you feed your wires back through. Make sure you don't pinch anything. And then we can push our hub back into place there. Okay, next part is we have to transfer these brackets from the Sync 2 to the Sync 3. So go ahead and do 2 different head units up just like this. Put one of them side by side. You're going to use the same side to transfer on the new one. So you get your Torque 20 T20 bit right here. And then we're going to undo the 2 torque bolts, screws. And we're going to line them up exactly as they were here on the new Sync 3 system. You get one side, give it a rotation, and go ahead and get your other side. Okay, your new brackets are now on your Sync 3. Okay guys, one more thing that we actually have to deal with here is this. Another Ford box that comes with the whole infotainment system. And within it is this here cord, which connects to this. This is a sort of antenna from Ford. So this is gonna be our new satellite connector. This is gonna give us our GPS capability outside of that Apple CarPlay, just on the regular Sync 3. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna go tearing off my old one. All I'm gonna do is connect this puppy in like this. I'm gonna slide this under the dashboard back behind the radio. I'm gonna connect this to the new head unit. Yeah, so this is the empty spot where the head unit is. I'm gonna take our new satellite GPS. I'm gonna find a good spot for it back in here. So I'm gonna move those wires to the side. I'm gonna reach back as far as I can go. And I'm gonna push on it back into this opening back here. And what you're gonna wanna try to do is keep that GPS unit face up so it can receive those satellites. Okay, as you can see where the blue clip there leads to, that is the GPS system in the back there. I don't have anything supporting it, or it's not tied down or nothing, and I'm hoping it doesn't rattle. I think it should be okay because that rubber part's touching the ground and it really shouldn't move that much, but I'll let you guys know if it rattles. But as of right now, that's how I'm gonna leave it. If you want to, you can maybe try zip tying it to something or putting something back there to keep it in place, but it's kind of tight, so I'm just gonna leave it. Also, real quick, before you put the head unit back in, I got a cheat code for everybody. Use this if you're having the same issue as me with the USB up there. Check out this. Connect your USB, get a 6-footer. Connect it up here, slip it behind. It still will close and it's in there. And I never go up here anyway, so I don't really care if it looks weird with the wire going back there. But that thing's set, it's fine. Run your wire behind this vent, so you can grab it in here, run it behind the vent, all the way down, and it will come out the bottom down here. That way, you don't have the wire flying over top of everything while you connect your phone to it. It's genius, I know. You can take credit for it, but just do it. Here it is. I'll show you what it looks like after everything's done. Okay guys, after you get your brackets on, you're good to start rewiring up your Sync 3 head unit. What you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your big connector, 52 point connection here. Make sure this lever is all the way down, and then you're just gonna line it up, push it through to where this lever kicks up, and then you're gonna use the lever to push it in the rest of the way. The black one here is there's a black and a gray spot that this one can go in, and you're going to put it in the black spot that is available. Yep, and it'll slide right in the black spot. Okay, so that's what it looks like in the back. And then last piece, you're gonna take your satellite and you're gonna connect that to this blue piece right up here. And it just slips on like that. Then you're good to stuff everything back and reattach your new Sync 3 head unit. And it'll slide in little nubs and hold it up there for now. So those 4 screws are going to go back right in their original spots. just gonna go ahead and get them started so it's in place, and then I'll go right back around and tighten them all up. Okay, I just turned it on real quick to make sure everything worked. And it asked me if I want system updates. I'm gonna click yes. Automatic system updates are on. When connected to Wi-Fi, it's gonna update for me. Okay, great. I'll do probably connect to your Wi-Fi when you can. That way it'll update. So once you get your new head unit screwed on, you're ready to reconnect our front of our dashboard here in our control panel. So what we're gonna do, don't forget about the one you disconnected right here. We're gonna clip that back in. We have to lift it up to do that. And then don't forget to feed your little bottom parts. Don't forget to feed those wires back in. There's one on the passenger side and there's two on the driver's side. Oh my God. This is huge, people. So I was just going through my freaking wires and I found a switch on the fly connected to my truck already for the tunes, I guess. It was hidden back behind my dash the entire time and I had no idea. So that has got to be a freaking video in and of itself, messing with a switch on the fly. Holy crap, I can't believe that's on my truck. That is sick. I hope it actually works. Okay, so those are good. Okay guys, be aware while you're putting the front of your control panel back on, that these rails here on this metal piece, see right behind my finger, those rails will slide into these openings right here on the trailer controls. So just be aware that that's like the toughest thing to slide on back there. Okay, next you can put your 7mm screws in that hold the bezel into place. Okay, next you can reconnect your bezel here, and then they slide right back in like so. Reattaching the exhaust brake and the 12-volt here. Okay guys, wanted to show you also here, I got my USB port sticking right out of the bottom. That is cool. All he did was I pulled the cord down through there. You can kind of see it. I can tuck it away a little more if I need to. Comes up here, and then I just stuff the rest of it back under here, and it like literally comes out perfectly. And if you ever need more, you can just tug on it. So that worked out great. Okay, one lesson to learn here. Anytime you do a modification to your radio or sound, you have to do an inaugural jam out session. Yeah, not bad. And I'll tell you what, buying this thing, you are not going to save that money. All right, everybody, this concludes the video for the Sync 2 to Sync 3 upgrade for your 16 F250. It worked for your 11 to 16, but mine was 16. Anyway, that's it for the video. My concluding thoughts would be that it is better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, the system, it just presents itself way better. The sound, I think, is a little better than the Sync 2, just because it's a more modern head unit. All my settings, like radio stations, stuff like that, all transferred through, like the base level and everything transferred right over to the new Sync 3. It was super plug and play. Is it worth the $1,500? I don't know. I'm going to say it is because I already bought it and I want to feel good about myself. But if you're about to make the decision, it's up to you. Weigh it. Honestly, this is way better. I'd say if you're going to have the truck like a long time, you're going to run it for till it dies, get this thing, you're going to enjoy yourself. And I would get it if you do a ton of long distance driving. It's just going to make your life way easier. But yeah, as final concluding thoughts, and also during this thing, I was able to find a switch on the fly in the back. So look out for that video, people. Anyway, that's it. Go ahead and set up your Sync 3.